Hey Jill, Sean with My Amazon Guy. It was awesome to meet you earlier this week at Amazon Powwow. And I wanted to do some research and touch base with you again. So I want to give you an idea of what I do here within our company. So I've got your ASIN pulled up here. And I want to just review some of the things that I notice. Like you've got a module available to you, which you're not utilizing at all. And it's a really valuable one. I'm going to point out, so this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a review of this ASIN. I'll show you some keyword hacks, things like that, talk about competition, and then wrap up. But I would love to chat with you, like I said, person to person. So take a look at this video. Let me know what you think. And then let's set up time to talk again in the future. You are brand registered, which is excellent. I highly recommend trademark and brand registry for every seller on Amazon. Now, before we go through the listing though, I want to look at your keywords with you. So coming over here, we use Helium 10 to work with keywords. We look at sponsored, organic. We do a ton of competitive research and other things. So it shows you're not advertising right now with this listing. And you've got 2,300 organic keywords. Now, in the category, we recommend a 1-to-2 ratio. So for every one sponsored, you have 2 organic. And in the organics, we tend to see those numbers in the 3,000 to 5,000 range. So just to give you an idea, I mean, if forget about advertising for a second, your organics alone, those definitely need to grow. But I want to show you a couple of other things with regards to your keywords. So as I scroll down, you'll notice that I sorted the keywords by the most frequently searched within your category. So resistance band, exercise equipment, these show up first. And then on the far right is your organic rank. Now, if you don't see a number there, it means that these are very relevant words to your product, but you're not indexing for them. So right away, I can see room for exposure that you're not receiving right now. Additionally, look at this. Look at your, I just want you to pay attention to the number that you see over here, or the numbers. Do you notice how, for the most part, other than one, you're in triple digits? So just to give you an idea of what this means, looking at this here, leg bands, you are organically ranked 261. And so that means that people have to go through all the sponsor ads and 260 other organic listings before they find you. So it's going to take them several, I mean, that's like dozens of pages, right? So that's something to think about. The other thing is, look at this one here. For example, I want to show you what this means in terms of revenue. Organically ranked 204, leg exerciser while sitting for seniors. You definitely want to show up here, right? Because this is, it looks like it's one of the most searched keywords that includes the word seniors in your category, and you're only competing with 424 other products. So you definitely need to improve your ranking, because look at this. Over $1.9 million has been earned by sellers through the words leg exerciser while sitting for seniors in the past 30 days. And I looked, and you did not earn revenue. Now I know that this isn't like specific, like a lot of the cycling, foot pedal machines are offered in these specific words. However, you want the exposure, right? So, and I'm only talking about organics. I'm not saying you need to sponsor this word, but I do feel that you need to improve your ranking, because you've got to ask yourself, is the rank of 204 sufficient enough for you to get your fair share of this revenue, right? That's the question you've got to ask yourself, especially when some sellers are getting a quarter of this, in their revenue. So let's talk about competition for a minute. I took these words, exercise band for seniors. I know you know this listing. It's a direct competitor, and I think they haven't been online as long as you have, if I remember correctly. But what I want to show you, I'm not concerned about the product. What I want to show you is their advertising plan. So they are advertising. They've got 500 sponsored keywords, 2,500 organic keywords, and they do have Amazon's choice badges too as well. So exercise bands for seniors, Amazon's choice badge, senior gifts, elderly. So they're definitely targeting the senior demographic really well, both sponsored and organically. So that's something to think about. Also to look at, whenever we do competitive research and we're looking at keywords and things like that, not only do we look at the historical data and how keywords are performing on your account, but we look at the same thing on 10 of your competitors, because we want to see a good sample across, multiple brands of what's working, right, in those keywords. And we want to steal from what's working and move it back over to Vitality for Life, so that we can improve your sales. Now, let me show you something, because I do feel your organics need to improve. So I want to show you something. We've got a 4-phased SEO process here. And in phase 3, we look at those keywords where you're ranked in spots 20 through 50. You've got 110 of them. And because of that, you're really not benefiting from the organic traffic. So our focus would be to lift you up in the ranks through our process, so that instead of being in spot 39 for light resistance bands, we'd have you in the top 10. And that goes for all of these organic keywords where you're in spots 20 through 50. So definitely want to grow those and increase your organics. And I do feel advertising would help too as well, as long as your listing is optimized. So just don't forget that it's the words that gets your listing above everybody else's, right? So let's go through your listing here. And your images are good. This one, I would improve this image. I like these. I like your graphs here, although I will tell you they're blurry. Like I can't read any of this unless I hover over it. So you've got to be careful. This image, for example, I see resistance band guide, but it's a lot to read here. And I think this information is more useful down in your A+ content. But having more lifestyle images, I mean, these two are the exact same image. Truthfully, if you could just see it in a setting, not in the white background, but actually in a room, someone using this, that would be pretty compelling. And I don't know. I'm curious if you've done A/B testing on your images. So we would do that. I mean, listen, if your conversion rate is excellent from the search results to getting into your listing, then I'm completely wrong. But if your conversion rate isn't that great from the search results, then that does mean that we've got to do some work on your images. I also think you need video. Why don't you have video? I do recommend that too as well. So typically in this category, we recommend 2 product images, 2 lifestyle images, and 2 infographics. And you've got to be able to see and understand the story of the picture within a few seconds of looking at it, which is why, this is a lot of information right here, right? All right, so the title, you want to be as close to 200 characters as possible. You're pretty close to that. And then down here, here's where we can make a big difference. Adding more content or more copy, basically, to your bullets. You should have about 250 characters in each bullet. And I'll tell you that your title and your bullets are really the first spots that Amazon looks for your organic keywords. So you should add, these frequently used words into your bullets. And I would, every now and then carefully update your title too as well. Now, let me show you this module that you have that you're not using. Log into Seller Central, and right above product description, you'll see a brand story. That's where you can put the Vitality for Life logo, talk about how you got your start, why you do what you do, what makes you so unique and special. I'm just going to show you an example of one that we did for Steven, our founder's brand. He owns Age of Sage. And you see all these sponsored ads, all these competitor ads, but look at this. It completely zeroes out the noise. This is from the brand. And do you see how big these images are? It really tells the story of Age of Sage. It tells why they're into it. Plus, I think there's like 14 hyperlinks that you can include within this. And it is just a compelling way to brand you and to zero out the noise from your competition. So I highly recommend this. It's a module that you're not utilizing now. The other thing I recommend is A+ content. That's also a module that you're not using. And oftentimes that can be the deciding factor between someone choosing you or your competition. I just want to look real quick here and see if they've got A+ content. So they do. They've got A+ content down here. Not the best. I would make recommendations on it, but they do have A+ content. And this can be a big deciding factor. Like I said, the other thing that they've done well is they've got a product grid down here at the bottom. So having A+ content, a product grid. So backing up, having A+ content helps you index for more organic traffic. So your brand story module, which you have, but you're not using, that indexes for organic traffic when you use crawlable text in it, as well as your A+ content, enhanced brand content. So I do recommend those two modules and a few other things. But listen, so just so you know, we manage currently over 330 brands. Stephen is based in Atlanta, but we all do work from home. And I'd love an opportunity to hopefully kind of recapture the conversation and start fresh with my Amazon guy. So I hope you found value in this video. Take a look at it and review some things. I'll send over some references and things like that too as well. But I'd love to set up time to see how we can help you grow your sales. So it was wonderful to meet you again, Jill, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.